Hi ladies, it's Angela here. I wanted to talk to you today about weight loss, especially for females over 40, 50 and beyond. Many women are struggling with their metabolic health. They're getting more weight gain around the midline, around the hips, around the back, around the thighs. And women are not happy about this. They're wondering what they can do, how they can get themselves feeling more balanced again so they can feel comfortable in their bodies and even just more energetic. And often we try these complex plans. We go on these really strict diets or these really strict fasting plans. Sometimes we go into some sort of detoxification. A lot of these things that seem like they would work, and someone may have told you they will work. And then we often forget to do some of the more simple things that really could make the biggest difference in the world. And what I find for many women that feel like the weight is coming on and it's almost beyond their control is one thing that is really, really common for most women that have this happening is that they have either a lot of stress currently or they've gone through a lot of stress in the past and it's really still stored in their bodies and in their brains. And what I find, is sometimes simple is better. Yes, we want to be eating healthy whole foods. Yes, we want to be moving our body. We want to be in balance and homeostasis with what our body needs. But many women aren't just taking the time to have some peace and harmony and quiet time in their day or even in their week. It could be as simple as just stepping outside and, getting into the sunlight. It could be as simple as if you can, get out into your garden or a green space if you live in a city, or a forest if you live somewhere like I do, where I'm right on the edge of the forest, which I feel very thankful and grateful for, because sometimes the weight loss or the lack of weight loss, it actually comes from cortisol being too high and out of balance. Our body will hold on to weight if it thinks that we're under stress. What happens when we're under stress is our blood flow goes away from our organ systems and slows down digestion and metabolism, and it goes into our extremities. It thinks that we have to run away from whatever is going on that's creating fear and stress. And if we don't ever get out of this pattern, we can do all the fancy diet plans in the world. We can do all of the fasting we want. We can time it exactly with our cycle, and it's on and on and on. We can even take weight loss drugs, but it won't ever actually really fix the underlying root cause of your metabolism not working well if you can't get the stress off. You can't balance that cortisol. The weight will come back on no matter what you try. So again, I encourage you to, it doesn't necessarily have to be out in nature like this, but try and get outside, try and get some sun, try and find some moments of peace and calm for you and your body and your brain and what you need on a daily basis. It may only be a couple minutes. Hopefully it's longer. 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Often that's all the brain needs and the body needs for a little stress reset. Try and do some deep breathing. Try and have some mindfulness, some awareness of your surroundings, not always thinking of your to-do list and what has to be accomplished next. This can start to bring the nervous system down and back into balance. And if it's really out of balance, and has been potentially for many years, which is super common for most women, it doesn't mean you can't get it back into balance, but it can take some time. So give yourself grace, give yourself time, and just allow your body to get back into sync with itself. And sometimes this is the simplest strategy for rebalancing your weight and your metabolic health as a female over 40. I do work with women to help them with more specifics around weight loss in addition to this strategy, but I always make sure that this isn't forgotten about, because again, we need to be understanding what's happening with your metabolism. We need to be understanding hormones like insulin, thyroid hormones, sex hormones, imbalances with blood sugars, potentially candida, other gut microbes that might be slowing down your metabolic health and causing cravings and making you not want to eat properly. So we do have to understand those nuances and the physiology behind that. But we really need to be thinking about the whole body and what's going to work for us. And I know, for me, if I'm eating well and I'm doing all of the things, but I'm stressed, my metabolism isn't working. My bowels aren't working properly. I can just feel that everything feels slow and sluggish. And, I know that I need that whole body healing to get my metabolism back in check. So hopefully this resonates with you, and it can give you just a sense of something little and simple that you could do on a daily basis to get started with helping you reboot your metabolism more naturally. And if you're looking for an individualized strategy, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. So you can go to my website, www.angelasimpsonfunctionalmedicine.ca, and I'd be happy to book a consult with you to talk about your health, talk about your top concerns, talk about where the root causes of your weight loss resistance may be coming from as a female over 40 to help you learn how to get it back into balance. Thanks so much. Talk soon.